Welcome everyone, you're watching Demolition Derby for Life. I'm his friend Mark, and in this video we'll show you some more things that are involved in preparing a vehicle to build for a demolition derby. First I'm going to show you the headlights, which this one appears to be the screw that is right there. That's as far as I can see on this one. It's usually a screw like that, or a couple bolts, or usually not a whole lot holding them in. If I can get this loose. I cannot seem to turn on this, which I don't remember that happening in the ones I've done. The only other thing that I can think of is that it might be held on something with something bigger that I cannot get to right now. Or sometimes it's just kind of pushed on her like you just saw, and I was able to pop it apart and off of there. And what I always do, some people will just unplug these connections and leave that much on, but what I always do is I'll grab a cutting pliers like this and just snip every wire off that I see is holding it. And just like that, it's off. And this one, if I can get this one to come here. And like that, it's off of there. And once the headlights are off, you're able to get a better idea of how the signal lights and the grille is mounted. And it appears on this one that the grille is mounted the same way as the headlights were, where it just kind of plugs in there. So see how easy it is to pop that off. It's not every time that it comes quite as easy as it just did for me, but sometimes there are bolts holding that on as well, and on some of the other vehicles. In this case, the light bulb came right through for that goes to the signal blends. So just grab my cutting pliers here, cut it off, and it's off. Now this one, it stayed in, but same idea here. Now that's all off of there. And now this bumper appears to be metal on this one, so that can stay. Otherwise, like the minivans and compact type cars will sometimes have a plastic bumper on the outside, and then you take a few screws out or a few bolts out, and then you pull that plastic bumper off, and then you get something like this that's on the inside, in which I know at least the part of Minnesota that we're in, they will consider that as being a bumper because they're probably aware that there was an actual plastic bumper over that had to be removed. So now, next thing is that sometimes when you pull a panel off, there'll sometimes be a component or two that does not come off with it. Like in this case, the covering for the door handle is held on by a screw there. So then what you really have to do is just pull that screw out, and then it will come. And I'm trying to spot where my Phillips screwdriver went. I know I have one here someplace. Alright, I found it here, so sorry that little delay there. Yeah, the tricky part can be to hold the door handle out of the way while you're doing it, or so that you can get to it. It'll just slide, should just slide right over the handle here, like so. Now the speaker down here, usually there will be, screws or bolts holding that in, but this one appears to be held in by rivets over some plastic, so I should just be able to break that right off. Now here, you just unplug the connection, or you could also leave that in and cut it off with the cutting pliers, like I just showed you with the headlights and the grill up front. just like that, it's off. So now what I'm gonna show you is what all is involved in getting the roof paneling off. Okay, so there are 3 screws, that hold these sunblocks off, and try out this one. And I do not have a small enough screwdriver on me, so I will not be able to show that to you. Yeah, you can see the screw holes there. Just 1, 2, and then the third one is in the back here. And then the handles here. Just pop these plastic coverings off, like you see here. And this one has a couple of bolts. Which I'm having a hard time getting in, just because in this case you're kind of pushing some rubber here in order to get to those bolts. They may not all be like that, but this one is. And then you guys probably know how that goes of, trying to position the wrench just right so you actually turn it out. It's not always easy to do, but you are able to get it on there right eventually. Sorry about that. End up flashing, full-size truck that I started to build, but wasn't able to finish. I showed that truck in a previous video as well, so not really mean to do that, but just happened. it can be a little bit harder to hold a wrench on once the bolt loosens up to a certain point, as you guys probably know what I'm talking about as far as that. I probably experienced it at some point. There, now that's off. And then we got a screw holding what's more like a clothing type bar. I think you guys know what I'm talking about there. It's one on each side, and you can hang a bar like that. There we go. And then you guys know how that goes too. What just happened with me here is sometimes you lose your grip and the tool drops, and luckily this one does not have a back seat, so I was able to recover it right away. Okay. Now you basically do that on both sides, and then usually all of the paneling should be off, but I'll at least try to get this loose enough here. should at least be loose enough so that it's not binding. And then basically just come out here, and then just pull down like that and completely off. Oops. A little more paneling in the way here. The only reason this one is sticky is because did not have a small enough screwdriver to accommodate the sun visors, so they're binding a little bit. Yeah, you guys get the idea on that one. So, or on that, I should say. Yeah, it's binding like I said, because I don't have a small enough screwdriver to fit in for the sun visors. It's 3 screws on both sides, and then I still have to do the the handle and the bar holder, deal on the other side yet before it drops down completely, and then I will be able to see what is holding my cargo light on that I tried to take off in the last video I did. But now, next thing I'll show you is the tail lights. And some of them have a couple bolts, and then you pull them off. But this one appears to just be held in by one screw here. This is certainly the first time I've seen just one screw. If there are screws, there's usually 2 of them. Or else, like I said, there are bolts on some of the other ones. And then should just popped right out. Now just like the headlights, I just grab my cutting pliers and again some will just unplug and let it hang, but I find it's better just to cut and then the whole thing's off, just like that. Well, there you have it, folks. There's a few more things involved in preparing a vehicle for to build for a demolition derby, and I just want to add a couple of quick notes about Buffalo, which Demolition Derby for Life and I were both at. First thing, that we both entered our vehicles for the Best Decorated contest. He entered the Finding Nemo car, which used to be the Ghostbusters car, and I entered, you can see it here, closer, my All-Star car. But neither of us got chosen for that, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, we tried. And then another thing about Buffalo is that you'll notice in the walk around video that was posted, you know, how much of a jerk that guy was about not wanting his things filmed. And what I'll say to that is that we were given permission to film on the grounds before the camera ever got turned on, and then after the rant and all that was over with, and the video ended, we did go back to the authorities that gave us permission to film and informed him about that incident, so that they are aware of it. And he did tell us that, again, that you know, he did not have an issue, you know, with any sort of filming that either of us did. And you know, I say that because, you know, you'll hear me in the background during that video as well, helping to point out some of the different vehicles. So I walked alongside Demolition Derby for Life during that entire video, and he did confirm what the guy said about there being some sort of a rule that, you know, about not having cameras there. And the guy that gave us permission, you know, basically one of the guys in charge, said that that rule does not apply to filming like was done in that video. So he is willing to talk to anybody that tries to, you know, come to us like that guy did. And but I mean, if the guy would have been polite about it, and you know, then we could have still edited out the footage of his vehicles. But, and that's the other thing that I'll say to that is, you know, Demolition Derby for Life said it in the walk around video, but I'll say it again, is that if any of you guys, you know, see either of us filming, and if you politely ask to, you know, not have, you know, footage of your vehicle shown, that particular footage that you do not want shown can be edited out and will be edited out. But if you're going to be a jerk about it like the guy was in Buffalo, you know, then we're not going to do anything. So but thank you guys for watching these videos. It is very much appreciated. Be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, then be sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next video.